Chapter 19, No Reason Whatsoever. Our culture says that everything has to be for something. Reading is for self-improvement. Hobbies are for enrichment. Didn't you know? Your child's soccer practice is a long-haul attempt to better a college application. Your crappy watercolor painting has to hang in the living room, or else that afternoon was a waste. Didn't you know that you're supposed to be getting better all the time? It's called hyper-instrumentalization, the obsession with use. It's a symptom of the pragmatism that has wound its way into almost every part of American culture. How useful was your day? When our lives get overwhelming, it's tempting to begin to use this logic as a weapon against ourselves. Look at us, failing to multitask, failing to render all good ideas into practice and moments that can be useful. It might seem counterintuitive then that when life is at its worst, you don't turn to doing nothing. Naps and television and sitting around are great, but when a week is full of terrible appointments or when I can't seem to get out of an anxious thought loop, I need something to do when life feels so out of control. I remember really vividly this one terrible week where I went from the medical hellscape to a work trip. It sounds horrible, but I took an approach that taught me a really important lesson, and here it is. You can find incredible peace and joy when you discover you're doing something for no reason at all. Did I help skin an elk for an Indigenous Studies class? Yes, I did skin an elk. Lots of strong shoulder work. Did I go visit the world's largest Ukrainian sausage? I sure did. Did I learn to make spritzel something or others because my old college roommate is obsessed with German cookie making? And I watched a soloist hammer out the chords on her guitar in the park like she didn't care if any person on any planet wanted to follow her on Twitter. I've always said that I don't have hobbies. I have friends. And maybe I don't need to be bird watching much on the side, but I do need to cultivate a habit that my friends have already figured out. Just trying feels so good. When the stakes are low, you can return to the beautiful stupidity of caring. My husband plays defense on an intramural hockey league because when he tried out, he was one of the only people who could skate backward. I wish I could explain to non-Canadians how funny that is. But he plays because he likes the way it feels to rack up penalty minutes. My friend Will was recently found in his garage using a saw to cut out a wooden snake because he decided the house was missing something, wooden snakes. Maybe today you need permission to do something for no reason whatsoever. Bake the cookies your aunt used to make, even if they don't turn out perfectly. Read a poem out loud with a fake Swedish accent. Lie in the grass and form cloud animals or dream up new constellations. Take a drive to the nearest roadside attraction and please report back. Take up whittling or learn to cross-stitch an inappropriate saying onto a pillow. Remember, we're not aiming for perfect. We're just trying to remember to ask ourselves, how does it feel to try?